Hey, I doubt we're going to war in the woods. I just got this hankering suspicion that we ain't making war in the woods. Don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it, but something's telling me that ain't gonna happen. I know what you're thinking. Why am I holding an oil pan? This probably can't be good. Well, it's not. We have found the first problem with the new car, and it may or may not have cost us the engine. We'll find out. Let's have a quick story time. I'll tell you guys how we got here. I have been working on this car, going through my checklist, finding things along the way. If you guys remember, I said that I was having a crank sensor issue. That came from crank sensor wire being damaged, and I had to repair it. So I went through and refixed that wiring, did a real nice job. I got some stuff, you know, these fancy heat solder connection things, just so we wouldn't have a problem with it anymore. I also got the fuel filter swapped out. I wired up all the inputs and outputs, spent a bunch of time with the tuner figuring out what we're going to use, how we're going to use it, and it's going to be a little bit of a change of plan from what I was previously thinking. We're not going to use any dome sensors. I'll explain that to you guys later on, but for now, know that that stuff is wired, good to go. We've got a few more little things to wire, but overall, been busting ass, doing a great job. When I repaired the crank sensor wiring, I said, hey, let me kick the Holly on. There's no fuel in the system. It's not going to start up because I had just swapped out the fuel filter and emptied it all out. The Holly has these little lights on here, and one of them's for crank and one of them's for cam. They will rotate between blue and green to show the gaps in between the teeth. So I kick it on, hit the starter, motor locks up. That's weird. How could I hydrolock the motor with no fuel in it? Doesn't make any sense. We would have had to have broken something pretty seriously, and it wasn't even running. I just ran the starter a little bit, which led me to taking the oil pan off, and when I did, there was a whole bunch of what I thought was fuel in the oil pan. Not at all the case. Earlier in the day, I had filled up the water tank and was testing the water pump for the air-to-water intercooler. Come to find out, it looks like the air-to-water intercooler is leaking straight into the intake, filling up the cylinders, and cause it to hydrolock. Probably didn't ruin any bearings or anything because it wasn't running. I was just turning it over. But that starter is incredibly strong, and you best believe I messed with it a couple times because to get to the crank sensor, you got to pull the starter out. So I thought, that's weird. Starter sounds weird. Maybe I just have it in, you know, kind of an angle or something's not right. So I messed with it for a while. Hopefully we didn't bend any rods. And I'm going to go through and check that out now, and then we're going to pull the air-to-water intercooler off and see what the damage is like. Hopefully we can see the damage. So right now, I know a lot of folks have been asking, what am I going to name the car? Right now it's a solid toss-up, because loose screw is definitely living up to its name, but cross thread is coming in a very, very quickly coming in at second. This is the last bolt, and then we'll pop this intake off and start taking a look at what we've got going on here.
Hey.
And keep working on everything else in the meantime, but for now it's not going to run without the intake connected, so. Oh, joke's on you. There's two in the front too.
We're good.
Yeah, almost. This thing should fall out any second. Throw the wrench. Usually helps. Oh, there we go. She was just stuck up in there. Hey!
Whoa. That looks like a mouse situation.
I'm so glad you're laughing because I want to scream obscenities right now.
I know.
Like, in ways that are not even fathomable.
Hey, remember when everyone was like, don't take it apart? Why you gotta take everything apart? Huh. Well, ratatouille.
Okay.
Do you want me to stop filming?
No. Let the people see. This is real life. This is the shit that I deal with. Which means I've been trying to suck all that into the intake every time I fired it up. Every time he fired it up. Like he had it running and moving around and stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good stuff. Good times.
And we're back.
We're back. So I'm going to kick this pump on so we can see if we can find out where it's leaking. We might have to lift it up, but it usually helps when we turn the battery on. Here, if you want to show them, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but I did put some food coloring in the water just to kind of also help isolate. Is it the motor? Is it the block? Like what I put, because I hooked the water pump up too at the same time. Another thing, off the checklist, man. But I've isolated, you know, that's just regular water, that's black water, so we can hopefully see it. Let's find out now. Don't see anything yet. Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah. There's that, well, it's like gray water now, but black water coming out.
Didn't I? Hold on, I got a razor blade. Grab that.
Fresh blade in there too.
Yep. So.
Oh man.
That's in the seal. Man. So that's in the seal itself. I don't know if that's in a location that's repairable. So we've got that. Oh yeah, and look underneath.
Well, I don't know if they can see that because of the lighting and stuff, but yeah, it's a... Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yo,
So that's where all the water came from.
just pouring out.
That's how I hydrolocked the motor.
Way to go, Ratatouille.
Way to go, Ratatouille. As you guys can see, this part here is a little leak. It's not so bad, but it's in an area that I don't know is repairable. I mean, I'm sure it's aluminum. Anything is repairable. It's just, is it repairable quickly? And now also, there's more than one leak. We've got some on the bottom. We've got some on the top. Coming out of the gasket area. This is something that I'm not going to be able to likely, you know, I can weld aluminum a little bit. So I was like, oh, maybe if it's something simple, you know, if it's one of these on the end, maybe I can fill it in something. I'm not fixing that, because what's going to have to happen is that's going to have to get fixed, filled, and then remachined. This is precise machining for the gasket to match. So right now we're screwed on air to water intercooler. Now would be a really good time to mention, I will say this, the gentleman that sold me the car, stand-up dude, said, hey, let me know if we can get it fixed, or you know, if we got to go with a new one, whatever we got to do, I'll help you out. He's not just going to leave me high and dry and hanging. That's good news. Bad news is I'm not sure what it's going to take to fix this one. It's going to take somebody with some, you know, like I said, either the manufacturer themselves would probably be the best bet, or somebody with very precise machining skills that is familiar with this kind of setup and everything else. Now is a great time to mention, if you guys know of any air to water intercoolers, Holley high ram, in between the pieces, intercoolers, now would be a great time to send me those links if there's any used ones for a deal or something, or even a new one for a deal. You know, I would like to, obviously, I just spent a lot of money on this car, so I don't want to get wild, but I also spent a lot of money on this car. We need to get it racing. We need to get it running. This is something that may take time. It may be easier to just get a new one and then maybe send this back to the manufacturer, see what they think, have them tell me whether or not it can be repaired, then have it as a backup or for something else in the future, or even sell it in the future once it's repaired. But I'll be looking for a new air-to-water intercooler for this bad boy. Damn.
What you got?
We got it off. There's our black water. Nice. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, like I said, coming from in the gasket area up here, which this may not have been leaking inside. The gasket may have stopped it. I don't know. I don't know the water is supposed to be running through there. I may talk to them. They might tell me, yeah, the gasket holds water back, whatever, that's normal. But this, definitely not so normal. This thing here is screwed-did, and I don't know. I mean, you can physically see the buildup and stuff on it, but I don't know where exactly it's pinholed at.
Looks like more than one spot.
Yeah, maybe more than one spot. So we will have to. This is now a $2,000 paperweight. Hey!
Like, I was okay until you put a price tag on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Race car stuff happens. I don't know how old that thing is. It might be a couple years old. So now we can. You want to stand over here and we'll see if any water shoots out. We'll clear this thing out and I'll go ahead and check the bottom end. And
Really trying
yeah, it's going to come out the plug hole.
Well, I'm also trying not to get soaking wet, friend.
I'm trying not to get soaking wet. Let me stand right in front of this.
You told me to move over there, and I said I'm not trying to get soaking wet.
Oh my god. At least this is fun.
They can't see the other side. No, they can't.
Did you get the camera wet? Oh,
no, the camera's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Cat-like reflexes. I have to go.
Hold on.
My whole face, though.
Can I show the people?
No.
Well, we're getting the water out of there.
Bro. What?
Look at the sleeve. Oh man, good times, good times. Yeah. All right, I'll hold the camera and clear this thing out.
Let me just dry my hands off. I'm already wet.
I think that's all we're getting out of that.
I'm good. Hands are dry. That's all I need.
Whew. So we got all the water out. All right, now I'm gonna go.
You know, next time you're like, hey, can you come out and film something? I'm gonna say no. The last 20 minutes have just been surprises.
You're gonna learn. So this, what you're going through right now, is learning. This is how we learn about cars.
I have trust. We have trust.
We make stupid
I
mistakes.
was here, and you're like, no, come over here. So I did.
But here's the thing. You knew I shot water out of that hole last night.
It was like a squirt. It was like,
yeah, that
on
was
the tip of my toe. It was like, this was a blast to the face.
Oh, man.
At least we can laugh.
At least we can laugh?
I mean,
are we still
everything's wet. It's soaking wet, so.
Are we still going to be laughing if I bent a rod and we got to swap this motor? Probably not.
No.
Just in case you guys were wondering, I doubt we're going to War in the Woods. I just got this hankering suspicion that we ain't making War in the Woods. Don't know what, can't quite put my finger on it, but something's telling me that ain't gonna happen. Good news, I pulled the valve covers off because I wanted to, it was coming out of 6 and 8. 6 and 8 is where hydrolock. Obviously now we can see why, but I pulled it off to make sure the intake valve was open, so if we had water, it wasn't just pulling up in here, it was going in, blah, blah, blah. But it's got dual valve springs in it, so a little bit better valve spring than I thought. So it's probably got some kind of cam, some kind of valve spring. Factory rockers, no upgrades, but hey. I'm just at a loss. I don't even know if we should...
I think we have to just take a break so we can come back serious, because
I mean, like, at this point, like, I don't even know we should make any more video. I'm like, maybe I'll just check the rods out. We'll put the word out, looking for an air-to-water intercooler, looking for a towel for Mallory's face. Man.
I would love to put this in the dryer.
I would love to yeah, our dryer broke. Like,
I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna get in there and fix the dryer. It's just the belt.
You think the belt's messed up?
It is the belt. It's free spinning.
So, yeah, belt. We gotta put a new belt in the dryer. We gotta put a new belt in the car. Yeah, if anybody wants to buy my spot in War in the Woods, officially for sale. It would be too much to try to rush, and I really do want to take my time, get this thing on a track, get to learn it. As you can see, there's some quirks, so I got to keep finding them and figuring them out, and we'll go from there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut now.
I can't even seriously try to film a video anymore today. I've got a mixture of emotions between I think I'm laughing at pure rage just because this sucks. Like, ugh. This really sucks. We are gonna check though. We are gonna check something. Let's see, right about there.
Where you go? No, you're not.
Oh, I am. Oh yeah. Here, look. No, you don't even have to hold that. We'll be all right. So it looks like that's 13. I think we may have shot this a solid 14 feet across the room. Just for those of you guys wondering, new world record, 14 feet. Did that. I'm gonna have a bunch of work to do. Obviously, there's a lot of work to do now. So I gotta make phone calls. I gotta figure stuff out. I'm just done on the video today. Sorry guys. Hopefully this will suffice. There was some laughter in there. There was some mouse shit and like, I don't know. I think this is my theory. My theory is he took the intake off all in one piece, set the intake like off in a shed or something. Mouse got up in it, didn't know nothing about it. When he put it all back together, this is what we ended up with. And now we're finding that and dealing with it. It is what it is. We can't stop. I'm too stupid to quit. If I was smart, I'd have quit a while ago, but apparently not.
What else would you be doing though?
I don't know.
No?
Can I start a cooking channel?
No.
I think it's a lot easier.
Only if you're gonna cook like healthy stuff.
No, we ain't nobody wants to watch healthy food being cooked.
Exactly. But I'm gonna be eating it, so like, no.
Stay tuned, because next video is gonna be me making some awesome smash burgers. I'm making them at the track.
You know what? Send that invite to Ratatouille.
Yeah,
they can help you out. They're chefing it up.
Me and Ratatouille will be back in the next video. Now I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up just video wise. I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna start making phone calls. I'm gonna start seeing what I can do to likely. It's probably gonna be a replacement piece. That's probably gonna get us A to B the fastest. If somebody's got one sitting on the shelf that I can just order, boom, get it slapped on, then send this off to either try to be repaired. It may not be repairable. I don't know. I don't know the extent of the damage. But if you guys happen to see any for sale that are, a really good deal that are not leaking,
preferred, please.
Preferred would be really nice. We'll get that going. And I'm calling it now. We ain't going to War in the Woods. It's just, we need to breathe a little bit, relax, really, really go over this thing some more and really shake it down.
Yeah.
Really, really get accustomed and used to it. So that's going to be it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, man. Another day in the life.